Welcome everyone to this live. I am inviting a special guest on so that we can have a chat and I can ask him a few questions. Just give me a minute while I get this all set up. It's just coming on now. Hello.
Hello, Anna.
Hello. So good to see you. Thank you for jumping on with me today. I have a few questions for you. I would love to really know what kind of journey that you've been on with your health, so I can really kind of get to know you a little bit better and our followers can see what you've had to overcome to kind of be the person that you are today. So first of all, give us a bit of a background of where you've been and your health journey has been and what have you had to overcome and face to be the person that you are today.
Yeah, good question. I've been involved in sport at a very early age. So I've been around sport and team environments for a very long time, since I was 4, and did high performance when I was about 17 till I retired at 34. In rugby league as a professional for 12 years, and an international. I played for the Kiwis and captained the Kiwis. And throughout that, I guess that sort of blends into healthy eating, is what I thought it was back then. um, but it's all about exercise, pushing yourself to the limits. Eating was, to me, I thought I was eating well back then, to be honest, but I wasn't really. It was mainly macronutrients, and very limited around micronutrients. Um, and then through that period, I actually had chronic fatigue in 2000. So I lived with chronic fatigue for 12 years. From a head trauma, I believe would have been part of the issue. I had a full facial reconstruction in 2000. Where I've got 10 plates and I was in intensive care for 7 days. I had a tracheotomy, and so that was quite an impact. It's basically like a car crash. So there was so much uncertainty, and I was off the field for about 7 or 8 months. So you can imagine what the trauma was for me to sort of get back on the horse again, because everyone was telling me I'd never be able to play again. So there was a lot of trauma, a lot of stress, response to that event. And then chronic fatigue followed that afterwards. So having to deal with that was another beast in itself. It was horrendous how bad it was to live with being chronically fatigued all the time, brain fog, clarity issues, just a lack of motivation. Basically, it was something like it entered my life and it basically threw my whole life to pieces, because I was such a motivator, such an energetic person, pretty much focused and goal orientated, to an absolute mess in that period. Couldn't work a day, didn't know how and why. And so all I had to do around that period is focus a little bit on my nutrition and my mindset, really, to think that there was a possibility that I'd ever get out of it. That I always had a positive mindset in everything I did. I never felt sorry for myself. This was in my head, it was part of the plan of who I'd become, because I went through such challenges in my life. And yeah, so it brings me today, I guess. Brings me today.
Yeah. Wow. I can definitely relate to that with being a competitive gymnast in the past and being into athletics as well, and pretty much fitness and sports and gymnastics was my whole life, and eating was kind of just like you just ate whatever you could and I had no awareness around it back then, and it was all just as long as you're fit then you're healthy. So now it's completely changed the game, now that I know and you know as well the benefits of healthy eating and about your mindset as well. So what made you change, and what with your health, and why did you feel like there was something that needed to be done? So what was kind of like the shift and the pivot that happened for you?
I really valued my health because of the challenges I've had to face, particularly with chronic fatigue. I knew I had to probably find another level. And so that shift was a big one for me. And when I had chronic fatigue, I started to eat cleaner. I had sinus issues because I've got such a small gap in one of my nostrils, so any inflammation was going to be an issue because of the trauma that I had. So I cut out dairy and I started to trim back and started to basically was whole foods, but I started to trim back and started to eat really clean. That changed the issues that I had with sinus issues. It absolutely changed it. And then I fell into it, Juice Plus, about 4 years ago. And then the game changed completely. I absolutely, it sort of changed everything for me because I was fueling my body with more micronutrients because I was not eating 5 to 7 or even 7 to 13 fruits and veggies a day. That's standard. And for people like us, where you're weekend warriors, you're supposed to have more. So then when I understood that a bit more, I went, oh my goodness. And then partnered by the cleanse programs and the detox programs that we do, because I'm quite a balanced person. I like to have fun. I'll have a drink when I want to, and so I live pretty balanced. But I do like to reset as well. I really like to go, right, I've had a good time here and I'm about to reset, so I want to have some cleansing situations going on. And so I tap into our program when I need to, and bang, it just lifts me up again. But all that knowledge and all the products that we're injecting, the micronutrients, just got me to a whole new level. I couldn't run 5 or 6 years ago a kilometre. I couldn't even do that. And now I'm doing so much more. I am running, I'm crazy. I can do shit. I'm everywhere. I can do, my recovery rate's great. My lean muscle mass is just trimmed back. I think I just had my metabolic rate done. I'm 36, metabolic age of 36. I'm 51. My visceral fat is 7. So I've just taken it in a whole new level because I've smashed so much nutrients, partnered by some wonderful supplements and some knowledge around the programs that we've got, which just gives me that added knowledge around it.
Yeah. Wow. Incredible. What we have is really, it's such a gift, isn't it? And
Absolutely.
yeah. Wow. That's an incredible story. Final question. I just want to know now, what are you looking forward to for your future?
I like that question because when I look at my metabolic age and the affirmation I work around health and wellness, is my affirmation is the older I get, the better I become, or the healthier I become. So I'm not going to let age be a deterrent. Absolutely not. That's an old belief. What I want to do is absolutely change the dial and go, why can't it be the other way? Why can't I get younger in my metabolic age because I'm looking after myself a lot better? And if I can fuel my stuff with my body with the key ingredients, the vitamins and minerals, the omegas, the plant-based protein powder, the food that I have on a regular basis, I'm up at that antes to somewhat. If I can do that, then the results will come. I'm not so much a goal seeker around I want to be this and I do that. I'm not so restrictive because I know what I do on a daily basis is going to get me the results down the track. So I never monitor and just be so hard on where I need to be. But I know by doing the daily methods and by eating well and doing my mindfulness tools every morning, by being positive, by surrounding myself with positive people, to be honest, around our crew and Juice Plus, they're just amazing. They inspire and they lift. And those are the types of people that I want to be around. They've got no hidden agendas, but to help and support. So that's the sort of people I want to be around. And that generates, for me, with chronic fatigue, I never wanted to be around negative people because that's not my way I think. And so God bless that I'm amongst bloody good people. And if I don't like people, I will not be around them. So my thing I would say to a lot of people is, it's not a cost that you pay to look after your health. It's an investment to our health, because we freaking deserve it. And because I see so many health issues around because of the Western diet, I see so many issues around mental health and well-being associated with eating, because it's all scientifically proven now. And if we can't sort of dial in and we can't look at it, then we've got issues, and we see it now. It resonates more and more and more. The studies from clinical psychologists, the study from microbiologists are telling us, guys, look at what we're eating. That's the foundation to health and well-being.
Yeah, totally. I saw a quote the other day and it said, if you eat the American Standard diet, you're going to, don't be surprised if you end up getting the American Standard diseases. And I just thought, wow, that's, yeah, that's so true. Looking at it like that. So yeah, thank you so much for being on this live video with me and taking your time out to talk to me so I could ask you some questions. Really appreciate it. And if anybody is watching this and any of this resonates with them and they're so focused on trying to wait for the external world to change, they're waiting for other people to change, the outer world, which we cannot control. And you're wanting to work on the inside, which we both know now, if you work on the inside, then the outside world is literally, it's going to change in the most incredible ways that you could never imagine, working on the inside first. So if any of this resonates with anybody watching here, then feel free to send myself or Richie a message. We would love to chat to you, love to talk to you, and help to, yeah, basically inspire the mission of healthy living, which is what we are all about. So thank you so much, Richie, for being on here, and I will talk to you later.
My pleasure. Catch up. Bye.
See you later.